Hello everyone. Welcome back to Sci-Fi Junkies. Imagine a world where the human body can be reprogrammed and past trauma turns into the ultimate weapon. This is Marduk Scramble, a dark anime trilogy that fuses revenge, technology, and the search for meaning into one haunting tale.
Fly me to the moon, let me play among the stars.
This trilogy is adapted from a novel by Toru Bukata, the same writer behind Ghost in the Shell Arise and Psycho-Pass 2. Released between 2010 and 2012 by Gohan Studio, Marduk Scramble explores themes of abuse, identity, and transhumanism. The anime is split into 3 parts. The first, Compression, Introduction and Transformation. The second, Combustion, Infiltration and Confrontation. The third, Exhaust, Resolution and Self-Discovery. Without any longer, let's go deep dive into the story. The first, Compression. We meet Rune Ballot, a teenage sex worker murdered by her manipulative guardian, Shell Septinos. She's resurrected using a legal tech known as Scramble 09 and taken in by Dr. Easter and Earthcock, a golden mouse-shaped AI that can transform into weapons. Ballot's journey begins, not just for revenge, but to reclaim her stolen sense of self. But the city doesn't want her to speak. As she uncovers Shell's crimes, a wave of assassins is sent to silence her. These aren't just thugs, they're high-level mercenaries equipped with grotesque cyber enhancements. The brutal battles test her mentally and physically, forcing her to push the limits of her new body and the bond she shares with Earthcock. One scene stands out, a fiery hotel shootout where Ballot moves between life and death in a blink, fighting not just for survival but for agency. She's not just a victim anymore. She's a weapon, by choice or by design. The second, Combustion. After barely surviving a brutal ambush by Boiled Cement, Ballot is rescued by Dr. Easter, her cybernetic body heavily damaged, her mind barely hanging on. She's taken to a recovery facility called Paradise, a quiet, almost dreamlike sanctuary designed to help cybernetic survivors rebuild, physically and emotionally. In this serene but sterile place, Ballot confronts the fractured pieces of her identity. Flashbacks, nightmares, and trauma flood her, yet it's here she begins to understand. Her fight isn't just against Shell. It's against the system that enabled him, and against the version of herself he tried to erase. Repaired and more focused than ever, Ballot and Earthcock infiltrate Shell's underground casino. Their goal? To extract crucial memory data stored on illegal chips, proof of Shell's crimes. But the mission isn't just physical, it's deeply psychological. Inside the casino, Ballot is forced to gamble, not just for access, but with echoes of her past. Each round is a confrontation with herself, her trauma, and the twisted world that continues to test her humanity. The chips on the table aren't just money or data. They're pieces of her broken self, and to win, she has to bet everything. The third, Exhaust. Everything escalates as Ballot finally confronts Shell and his brutal enforcer, Boiled. But Boiled isn't just another hitman. He's a former Scramble 09 user like Ballot, who lost everything, and now serves the system that broke him. He represents what Ballot could become if she lets vengeance consume her. Their final battle is more than just bullets and blood. Set in a collapsing industrial arena, it's a gritty, emotional showdown between 2 engineered survivors, one seeking purpose, the other demanding surrender. Boiled taunts her, calling her nothing more than a government tool. But Ballot fights back, not just with weapons, but with willpower. She's not here to refute the cycle, she's here to end it. In the end, the real question isn't whether she can win. It's whether she can escape the fate she was programmed for. 1. Themes and messages. Marduk Scramble isn't just about sci-fi and action, it dives deep into. First, trauma and recovery. Ballot is a survivor of abuse and manipulation. Her story reflects how tech can be a tool for healing, or a weapon that deepens the wound. Second, existence and humanity. Earthcock AI often shows more empathy and humanity than the actual humans around him. What truly defines a soul? Is it programming or experience? Third, control versus freedom. Each character is bound by trauma or the system. The question is, can they break free or find their identity within those chains? 2. Visual style and animation. Produced by Gohans, known for stylized and experimental visuals. A cold palette of blues and golds creates a haunting, futuristic mood. Intense lighting, transparencies, and visual distortions give the film a surreal, dreamlike quality. Action scenes are fast, brutal, and symbolic, often juxtaposed with slow, emotional sequences. 3. Fun facts behind Marduk Scramble. 1. Before Marduk Scramble became a completed trilogy, the project was originally attempted by Studio Gonzo in 2005. It was dark, graphic, experimental, and ultimately canceled before being rebooted by Gohans. So we will never saw that version. 2. The main character names, Ballot and Earthcock, come from French words for egg, symbolizing rebirth. 3. Ballot is voiced by Megumi Hayashibara, best known as Rei Ayanami from Evangelion, bringing serious emotional depth. 4. The unrated versions of these films are far darker and more graphic than the theatrical releases. 4. The hidden conspiracies in Marduk Scramble. On the surface, Marduk Scramble might seem like a personal revenge story, but dig a little deeper, and you'll find something far more sinister. A web of systemic conspiracy hiding beneath the neon lights of Marduk City. 1. The illegal resurrection program, Scramble 09. Scramble 09 is banned tech, yet Dr. Easter is authorized to use it selectively. Who decides who gets revived? Who controls access to such power? There's clearly a hidden authority, possibly governmental or corporate, that's playing God behind the scenes. 2. Shell Septino is an organized crime. Shell isn't just a murderer. He's a key figure in a vast underground network. From illegal memory chips to human trafficking and laundering through casinos, his empire is protected. The system looks the other way, allowing monsters like him to thrive. That's not incompetence, that's collusion. 3. Boiled, the enforcer of the broken system. Boiled, a former Scramble 09 user turned executioner, works with impunity. He hunts Ballot, not to serve justice, but to maintain the broken status quo. He represents a corrupt justice system that punishes survivors and protects predators. 4. The casino as a psychological weapon. In Second Combustion, the casino isn't just a setting, it's a symbol. It's where Shell hides his crimes in plain sight. A place where memory, trauma, and control are reduced to a game of chance. It's a metaphor for how the powerful gamble with people's lives and always rig the deck in their favor. So what's the bigger picture? Marduk Scramble suggests a conspiracy not just of crime, but of a system built to exploit, erase, and control. And Ballot's fight isn't just personal, it's against a machine that treats victims as disposable. This isn't just a sci-fi noir. It's a warning. If memory can be bought, if trauma can be weaponized, and if justice serves the powerful, then who's really in control? If you're into anime like Textualized, Ergo Proxy, or Ghost in the Shell, the Marduk Scramble trilogy is a must-watch, tragic, brutal, and surprisingly profound. What do you think about Rune Ballot? Is she a victim, a hero, or both? Drop your thoughts in the comments, smash that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you don't miss more deep dive into sci-fi anime breakdowns. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video. Bye.